Hello everyone. So we are going to answer this particular question that comes with an extract right at the top here. So today we want to answer this particular essay question. It's an A-level question. And in order to do so, we would like to I'm going to do this in three parts. Okay, four parts actually. First part is to unpack the keywords and theories within the extract. Thereafter, I would like to unpack the key requirements of the question. Okay, this is a 15-point question with a command term of discuss. So you know it's going to be some kind of argumentative, some kind of pros and cons, thesis, antithesis. Okay. Of course, the second part of this will be we are going to evaluate. There are two systems here. One is to determine allocation, right? First system here would be a based on market forces, which we will handle in the second part. And the third part would be we are going to evaluate price controls. And then after that, we will conclude in the fourth part. Okay. Now, so the first thing that students should do is to ask yourself, and this is going down to the very foundation, is students need to know what topics will this question uh, be hitting upon with regard to the question. Okay, so let's look at the extract. In the extract, important key terms and concepts are put forward. Many students do not, some of them just bypass the extract and go right into the question. Now, you should not do that. You should always look at the question because the extract itself hold key theory and key words and will guide you towards the key concepts that you need to use. So let's look at the extract first. The extract here contains things like face mask, face mask. Face mask, as you know, is a merit good. What is a merit good? A good that when left to the free market, it will be under consumed. Okay, it will be under consumed, but for which it will give all positive externality, the benefit of which the third party has not paid for. Okay. Another keyword is containing false information. So these hit right into the center of market failure in the form of info failure. Okay. You see the word demand surge. What is demand surge? Demand surge is it's hitting upon the determinants of demand. Okay, one of the determinants of demand. Okay, possibly the determinant of taste and preference, or even possibly derived demand, right? Because of let's say because of the rise of the COVID, proliferation of COVID. So people demand for more solutions for the COVID, and therefore this drives the demand for the mask, which is one way to hinder the spread of the COVID, for example. Okay, price control. Price control is a government measure taken possibly to protect consumers. Okay, so I'm saying consumers and not producers because in this case, as I read the article, uh, I see this thing called spike in prices, right? Right, in this particular extract, spike in prices. Uh, so definitely imposing increasing price controls. So that tells me that the government is acting in favor of the consumer by controlling prices. Okay, so in this case, it's possibly a price ceiling. What is a ceiling? A price ceiling is a price level that is set below equilibrium. Below equilibrium. Um, so let's see what you mean by that. So it looks like that. Demand, supply, okay, P, Q. Right. So the price ceiling is set below equilibrium price. Okay. And this is done so as to allow an essential good. Okay. In this case, an essential face mask to protect people against the surge of some kind of a pandemic. Okay, so I'm unpacking this particular question that just gives you some idea as to what the flavor of this essay is going to be. Is really on two things: market failure, right, and the government measure to s- to arrest that market failure. One, and number two, government policy to arrest the rising prices. Okay, so this hits upon two things that is the foundation of micro objectives for government, and the two things are the micro objective of government are one to ensure efficient allocation of resources, and two, to uh, ensure equity in the distribution of wealth. Okay, so with this in mind, so the question here based on that extract is really asking you about, the government is facing two sets of problems here. Uh, Really, one set is a surge, rising prices. Okay, and the second problem here, so rising prices causing the good to become less affordable, especially to the lower income, and that would become an equity issue. While the mention of market forces and more desirable allocation of face masks refers to efficiency, right? In the allocation of resources. All right. So with that in mind, we can then go to the second part of which is we will discuss and evaluate in the thesis antithesis form, the uh, the viability of government using market forces to solve these to solve and to obtain, to maintain and obtain, to fulfill the two micro objectives of government.